Hey, good morning, YouTube family. This is going to be a quick video, hopefully, I think, but I've had a lot of experience with the narcissistic stare. And now in like the eastern part of the world, they call it the evil eye. And this is not really just confined though to one religious belief. And there is something about if a person uses their whole being, their mind, body, soul, spirit, their 100% awareness, and they take all of that and they laser beam it, all the negative energy that they can muster, and they laser beam it right at you. It does seem to have negative effects. For 30 years, I just thought it was to make me feel uncomfortable, but my sister-in-law for 30 years would spend, like, if it was let's say a 2-hour sit-down dinner at a restaurant, she would spend at least 70 to 90 minutes of that time giving me that stare, literally mustering up every ounce of negative energy she could and just looking at me like that. And like I said in the last video, narcissism is a team sport, so other people would see it and notice it, but they were all okay with it. And if she wasn't doing that, she was bragging about herself. Oh, well, I did this at work, and I have this accomplishment, and now I'm entering a new graduate program. And, just like, that's all it was, is her just either cutting people off and dominating about how awesome she is and bragging, or just laser beaming. And so sometimes I kind of just look at her, and here's how she'd react. She'd be like this, and then she would just stay like that, looking right in my eyes for about 1 or 2 seconds, and then kind of go and act like she caught herself, and she'd look away. But as soon as I'd look away from her, immediately, and it does, I always would not get any sleep that night, and I'd wake up with that brain fog. And sometimes I would even have like a stomach ache. But I attributed that just to the overall abuse that was going on, the overall gaslighting and tension, having to be with people that really want to pin you as the scapegoat and try to mess with you, psychological warfare, mind games. But now for 2 years, I'm subjected to this evil narcissistic stare with 2 individuals that I have to be in their presence, and it's going on 2 years. And so I really think that's because right now I'm going on the 3rd night with very little sleep. This morning, after 3 nights with very little sleep, I woke up with my head actually feeling heavy, and the brain fog. So it's a real thing that people use to mess with you, to take you down a notch, to rob you of your energy and your some people use the term energy vampire, which I'm not very familiar with, but maybe they're actually able to get energy from me by doing that. I'm not sure, because it definitely takes my wind out of my sail, and I'm not sure if it gives them my energy or not, but it's frustrating. So any prayers you might want to offer for me, I'd greatly be appreciated. Yeah, it's a real thing. That's all I'm on here to say, is that it's a real thing, and toxic people use it. But I don't know if they're thinking they can get energy from it. I think they're just thinking they just want to mess with you and take you down a notch. And some of them probably don't even know that it really does have effects even when you leave their presence. But it does. Anyone that has any experience with this, leave a comment down below. I'd be interested to hear. And so my recommendation on how to deal with it is just do the best you can to avoid that person. And I think instead I would ignore my sister-in-law for like 5-10 minutes at a time and just let her burrow holes in the side of my head and try to act like I didn't notice. But in retrospect, I think it would have been better to just constantly return the smile or return the look so that she would glance away. And just every time I see her starting, just immediately look at her again, so that it wouldn't be as effective, so that she wouldn't be able to do it, for 70, 80, 90 minutes out of 120 minute sit down. So I'd be interested to hear. Have a good day. God bless.